What's up, YouTube? My name is Leon Baker. Got a little project here. We're going to be upgrading the GPU in an HP Elitedesk 800G1 Midtower. Um, I've been doing some research on the issue, and people have been running into various issues. So I decided to do a video to try to lump all the fixes in one, because I had to look at like 500 different videos in order to get this done. So to get this done, I have to, of course, have GPU. I have to have better than 500 watts power supply. And I also have to have a little adapter for the motherboard, because these desktops do not have your standard 24 pin motherboard connector. So you gotta have one of these guys. I'm gonna do an unboxing of each one of them to kind of show what's in them, and we will then get to the upgrade. Let's get into it. I just wanted to start off by showing you the frame rates I was getting before the upgrade. It was giving me about 3 frames per second max, which is really bad. Really bad. That's why I'm upgrading this. But I would like to thank you for taking the time to stop by. It's a long video, so I mark key points in the description. So if you just want to see the power supply, the graphics card, or the adapter installation, you can skip forward to those. If you're at all informed by this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. Otherwise, enjoy the show. Right now, as of right now, I got this little, I don't know if you can see that. You can't see that. Let me help you see. Okay, there we go. So as of right now, I got this little Ethernet adapter plugged into some PCIe Express. I don't use it, so I'm going to take that out. I got 16 gigabits of RAM in here. This is a Frankenstein box, I should remind you. So yeah, they're all different, but it is four gigabit sticks. So, and they are all identical. They're just different colors for some reason. But yeah, I got my ketchup and mustard wiring in here, which is fine. It's coming out. I got my dangling hard drives over here. This one's in pretty tight. This one's hanging out. I'm gonna lock that one down. I got my PCI 16 ready to roll. Yeah, I got my my 6-pin right there. Can you see that? Yeah, I got my 6-pin power supply connector. Amazing. And there's the +4. And this guy right here goes to is my SATA power, and I won't even need that guy because I'll be pulling it through my power supply. So that gets to disappear. Yeah, that's what we got. That's what we're gonna work with. So let's get rolling. All right, I'm gonna start by disconnecting this guy. And I'm giving you guys a 100% guarantee that I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I am an IT guy, so I do this for a living, but I do not build PCs for a living. And oh, there we go. And I have never worked out of an HP box before. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you can't. You can't see what I just did. Dagnabbit. Okay, so here, let me put that back. Okay, so there's these little green tabs right here inside the HP box. Right here, this is how I'm gonna get my my plates off. for my PCI slot. So that's what I'm taking off right now. I can get you a closer look. So this part's not too complicated, even though it's hard to figure out at first. Sorry for the shaking. But you just push down right here. You push down on the outside, and that lifts it up on the inside. So now I can take this card out. I don't need that guy anymore. Or maybe I do need it, and I don't even know it. We shall see. Put it to the side. It's dirty and nasty. Everything in here is dirty and nasty, but oh well. What else don't I need right now? Well, I need to take everything out because I'm redoing everything, isn't that right? So I'm just gonna cover everything. And I don't see how I got it. I need to cover work. Yeah, that's easy. So I apologize everyone. This is like my first video of truly doing how to do this. HDs. Oh, that's it. Just gonna put it all out right now. Now let me lose it on the side ports. And I have to figure out how to do that. That's gonna be fun. I'm just looking at it now. This power supply is getting evicted. Get out! So, that's where I will see later. I'll use everything here. It's everything. It's okay. All right. Yeah, that's not even I'll let those power slides. Okay. Sorry, that is all goes power slide. And the CPU connection is way over here. You see right there. That's my 4-pin PC or CPU connector. And these 3 wires are all that go into an HP Elitedesk 800 G1 Midtower desktop from the power supply. We're going to take this guy out. We don't like him. He's 80 plus rated, but he just don't have the power. But you know what? I got the power. I got the power. Oh, no. Let me not destroy my hard drives. Right now, I am taking this power supply out. Not the right way, mind you. Look at that. That's a Phillips head. That's the wrong one. You can't use a Phillips head. You need a Torx or a flathead. I got this guy for Father's Day. It's pretty neat. It has all the little heads in there. I'm going to change to a flathead. Put that arrow right there. Pull on that guy. And I got a flathead. At some point, I'm using power screwdriver. Power on the on me. I'm typing most of my life. Now that we need most of my life. See, from down in high school, I did and never stopped. After that. Remember to keep your screws safe. Keep your screws safe. All right. I can keep my screws safe. I'm working on half of it. All right. So let's see what we got here. Inside of here, there is a button right here. Whoa, it's right there. You need to push that down to be able to get your power supply to slide out. So just so you know what I'm pushing on. Pushing and I'm sliding her out. And there she is. Still, no, not still connected. Okay. We got Lady Power Supply out. See, she is dusty. She is dusty. And she is an 80 plus platinum. But she is only 320 watts. And that cannot deal out what I need to for my power supply. I need at least 500. Okay. So, problem number 1 is the size of the power supplies. Let me show you. Let me show you something. I want to make sure you can see this. This guy and this guy are 2 totally different sizes. As a matter of fact, I thought that this one would be way bigger than this one. But it turns out this thing is huge. It's just taking up space. And so this may not fit in there properly. So I'm going to measure it up right now. Okay. So this is what I need you to see. This is not working at all. Look at that. You see that? It's not working at all. I'm gonna have to drill some holes up here so that I can mount my power supply. I'm gonna use some washers so that I can clip the screw here and the screw here. I'm gonna clip it up against the tower, and that's gonna hold my power supply in place. First, I gotta do some drilling, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back. All right, I'm ready to play. All right, this one. Okay, this one. Let me go 2.5 inches from that. All right. All right, what if I'm going to call the truth? Oh, slow down. Darn close. Darn close. You know what I do? Like this, just a little bit of play. That was perfect. So, this one. So, grab it. Open it up some. A little more play. Me too. I'll open it a little more. Right now. Good, like good. Alright. No. It's halfway mounted. You see it's staying. It's not going nowhere. I got the two. Don't look at my daughter's mess. I got the two screws. I got the holes drilled right there. See how I marked them? Always double checking. All right. And I got those screws in. I'm going to get a washer. Put it here. I'm going to let this washer pin the power supply up against the tower here. And we'll be good on mounting this this power supply. I don't know what I was about to call it, but it's definitely a power supply. We're gonna get this joker mounted. Yeah, it's gonna be stable like able. All right. Can't tell me I'm not the nephew of several carpenters. That's gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be pretty, but it's already a Frankenstein box. It's already a Frankenstein box, so what could it hurt? We just want to get the job done. I'm not trying to get this all pretty and junk. I just want to get it done. I am so excited right now. I feel good about this. This was the part that I was worried about the most. Keep locking itself into place. Look at that. That ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. It's locked in place now. That's my PCU. All right, I'm gonna take a little break. I gotta get some, as you see, I'm gonna have some cable management to do. And I got some cleanup to do. So I'm gonna do that and then we'll be right back. Yeah! Okay, so I got the babies back.
Hello. Hello. I'm Kendall. And I'm Kai.
And we got the HP Elite Desktop 800 G1. We opened it up. We unboxed everything already. I did the safe things while the girls were out. So, this is what we had. Hold on to that, Kai.
I am scared.
Don't be scared.
Okay.
Point that side toward me.
This side?
Yes.
Like this?
So, yes, that was the power supply that was in there.
Why are these wires?
And now, we got this power supply that I installed. I had to install it while the girls were away because I had drilling and there were metal shards and I had to make sure it was safe for the girls. So, this is what we got. Don't mind Asia's mess. Don't look at it. This is what was in there. Hold that, Kai, just like that. Hold it, hold it. This is what was in there. This is what's in there now.
Ooh.
Bada bing, bada boom. Dirty, clean. So what I had to do was, you see these 4 screws here?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hold on, sorry, Kai. These 4 screws here.
Whoa. Whoa.
Hold on to it, I'll point.
Okay.
Those 4 screws were way too close. Corresponding, those 4 screws were here, 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 and here.
It's like this.
And as you can see, this power supply is much smaller. You can put that down now, Kai.
Okay, 'cause
This
I
power supply is much smaller, and the screws aren't in the same place. So Daddy had to drill these 2 holes. See the marks where Daddy measured?
Yes. Like that one.
Mhm.
That one.
So Daddy did a lot of measuring, and he got those holes drilled right the first time.
Yay!
All right. And then and then he used washers to lock it down over here because there were no holes. There was nowhere to drill in. So
and I forgot what it was called.
I did not drill. I just used the washers to pin these screws or to pin this side up against the tower.
So yeah.
So that's what we've done there. So our power supply is installed. Okay?
Yay! But what is this contraction that you're
Don't worry about the contraption that we use to film with because it's just used to film with it. Right?
Right.
Lips. Eyes. Eyes and lips. Okay. All right. This pinout is kind of different from all the other adapters that I've seen online, so we're just gonna give it a try. We're gonna give it an old college try.
College try? What does that mean?
That means when you go to college, you learn that if you don't try something, then you never learn how to do anything. So you try, you fail. If you fail, you go back to the drawing board, try again. So, can you see what I'm doing? No, because my big old hand is in the way.
Try it.
So I'm putting this 6-pin connector into this one right here. That's the power. It should fit. You don't have to push it hard. It just goes right into place.
So the white one goes in the black one?
Okay. So this one right here, it goes into that pin out right there.
Oh, I thought it was
Okay.
going to go into the white.
So that's
black
where I'm
one.
putting it. And if you'll notice, I'm putting it in backwards. Make sure these little markers go away from the motherboard so that it slides right into place.
Slidey
There,
slide.
slides right in.
Slidey slide.
That's what we wanted to do.
Slidey slide.
Okay, now we get to do a little bit of management now. Let's see. It's dirty in here. So, let's look at what we got here. For right now, we can put these over here like this.
Oh, it's
Put
like a
this-
family.
Put that in there like that for right now. Just for right now. Because we're not done. Okay, what else shall we need? We will need...
Can we do something?
We need one of these. It's the PCIe, but we don't need it right now. That's for...
What is a PICIe?
It's the PCIe. That is going to be for the graphics card that we put in.
Graphics.
The graphics card that we put in.
Graphics.
The graphics card.
Graphics.
And we'll put that in a second. So we'll just hold that to the side.
Graphics.
We also need this. This is a CPU power plug.
CPU.
All right. So it's a specific pinout.
Pin out.
Look at this. Look at this in here. You see how it's a square and it's some oblong shape,
Those are squares.
and this another square. So you need one that has square diagonals from each other, and then those oblong shapes at the right one. So that looks like it's this one. So we plug that bad boy in,
Bad boy, get you.
and as usual we put the clip, the clip to lip,
And now.
and then there's the lip to clip right there.
Clip the lip.
And once again, you don't have to push hard to get it to go. It just goes. See that? All right, we're gonna put that in there, and we're gonna try to keep it nice and neat. So do it like that right there. Just make it nice and neat.
Nice and neat. Nice and neat. Just keep on waiting.
My hands smell like bleach.
You didn't see where I put that. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that again. Okay, sorry.
We have to
You
put
couldn't
this
see.
in there.
Yeah, we had to put that in there. Sorry about that. One day I'll have a camera person and we won't have to worry about these faux pas.
We're right here.
And mom's downstairs.
Your mom's downstairs. It should be mommy, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be on the camera.
She could stand
Yeah.
here and be like,
She's the camera woman.
standing.
I'll work that out later. Okay.
Okay.
So, that's for that. We need power for our drives. Okay.
Okay.
So look at here.
Yeah.
I got 3 hard drives.
3 hard drives.
Got 1, 2, and 3. This is my 3rd hard drive right there. 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
3
you
hard drives.
put them out there.
This one's SATA.
Can I get one?
And well, this one's a SSD. The other 2 are they have little spinning discs in them.
What's a SST?
SSD, solid state drive.
Oh.
SSD. Yes.
Solid
And
state
we only have 3 drives, so we need 3 of these little guys right here.
Oh, that's so cute.
Okay, so this is why we need them.
Oh.
You see how it's a little L shape right there?
Mm-hmm.
See that L shape?
Yeah.
You see that L shape right there?
Mm-hmm.
We
That
plug it in
fits
there.
on like that. Okay? So if we have 3 drives like that, then we need 3 of these, right?
Oh, yeah.
But look, in case we need some more, there's more over here.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3.
We are prepared to have all 3 of our SATA drives in there. What I have to do is, one of these I have to lock down. And I'm going to lock this one down because it's also a video drive.
It's sad.
It's what I'm holding all my videos on.
To me, it sounds sad.
What sounds
Locked
sad?
down, for some reason, it sounds sad.
You don't want to be locked down? Oh,
We already in lockdown in the house.
we are on lockdown in the house. How do you guys feel about being locked down all this time?
I can't hug nobody, so yeah, it's really
What are you talking about? I'm right here.
Yeah, we get tired
other
of hugging.
than
Don't you
you.
get tired of hugging the same old people all the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to spread the love a little bit, huh?
Yes.
I know.
Where's my grandpappy?
Want to hug somebody.
Yeah.
That's the Jesus in my babies. Okay, so getting serious. Well, what we've done so far is we've replaced the power supply.
Power supply.
We got in here. We've connected our power connectors, our 6-pin power connectors. We got our adapter here for our 24-pin to 6-pin adapter. We're trying to keep it as cable managed as possible.
Cable managed.
We stabilized our 3rd hard drive. I don't know how we're going to stabilize this one. I have this one right here. There's one that's going to go here.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think I'm going to have to steal.
What?
Yeah.
You mean borrow?
I'm going to steal
No.
the hard drive out of your mother's computer that I put together for her
Ain't
because she
gonna be
doesn't
mad?
use it.
Oh, I was about to say, ain't she gonna be mad?
She doesn't use it. So I'm going to take that. I'll probably end up taking that and yeah, because she doesn't use it. So it may as well be spare parts. Right? Right.
Yeah.
Don't lose that.
What is this
Okay.
contraction though?
It's what I'm using to fix this. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is put in our graphics card, which is the reason this whole thing started.
Uh-huh.
That's our whole reason for being here, and you're just trying to be on camera, aren't you?
No, bro.
The camera is not facing you. Okay,
What is that? Okay.
it's the graphics card.
Oh, sorry.
Pay attention. All right, so this lady, I'm calling it a lady, excuse me,
Why am I not the lady?
because this is the lady. This goes in here. We're gonna see if this.
Like
This is what I was worried about before. I was worried about this being in the way of this. So I'm gonna
What
see what
is
happens
that?
if we see. This thing is huge,
Whoa.
and
Oh, we can see something poking out to this side.
it's like just barely gonna fit. I think when I get it put in properly, I think it'll make it, or it may not. If it doesn't make it, we will have to sacrifice our front end here.
Oh, man.
So this is a huge card. Okay. See, this is what I'm worried about right here. And you can't hardly see it. Stop. This is what I'm worried about right here. I'm worried about that not fitting. I thought it was gonna possibly make it, but maybe not. We shall see once I actually put it in.
Okay.
So let's do it.
Woohoo! Hey.
Alright, I already got this down. It's gonna take 2 slots.
2 slots. Wait a minute.
This one's 2 slots.
Should I hold it?
No,
Why not?
I've already got it out. Okay, don't forget to remove the little plastic here.
Oh.
Oops, I just hit the camera. Don't forget to remove the plastic. Those are your pins. Your pin out goes in there. It's gonna snap onto here. Okay, I'm gonna remove all the plastic. All the plastic.
Satisfying. Can I do some? Can I do some?
Ooh. My daughter watches oddly satisfying stuff, so she wants to remove. Go ahead and remove some plastic, baby.
Off where?
Just move it from there. So, all right. Now we've done that,
Taking numbers on.
we're gonna try to place this bad boy on here.
He's a bad boy.
Yep. Had to make the sacrifice. It's locked into place like it's supposed to. Alright. I'm gonna try one more time with it in place. I think I don't want it to break that piece right there. I think that's what it's trying to do. I'm hoping it'll slip in there. We're gonna try it again. Put that on there. I can't see it. Can't see it. Yeah, it's right on it. So we're gonna have to sacrifice that first port. Just as I thought. It's okay, I don't use it. So let's say goodbye to it. There, it just snapped into place like it's supposed to. Okay. And we push this back. We are in business. Okay. We got it in there. Okay. Now, let's see, that's our CPU. We need our 6-pin. See, we got 8 pins here. So we'll put that together like that. And 8 pins, here we go. Okay, all right, that's that. It looks like we are also sacrificing some slots here. Pretty sure I can figure out a way to make that work though. Missing one. 1, 3. Okay. Gonna make this work. Yep, I gotta install them first. Okay, so I said mistakes will be made. I need those 2 SATA slots over there. At least 3. Yeah, so I gotta find a way to make that work. I could sacrifice this disk drive as well. I don't use that either. So I might just end up doing that. Matter of fact, I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do, because I can use an external. And that's most likely what I will do. And I could use the space for cable management. All right. So as much as I hate doing things over, I will do this over. You don't have to keep doing this. I don't know. These problems. Okay. Okay, that's on. Okay. Yeah, I should put this in first, but what are you thinking of? This is the first time doing this, so I bet I'll get it over time. Okay, so we got everything connected, almost. I just have to connect my drives, and I'll be finito, and then I just have to clean up some cabling. So let me do that. So I did decide to install that middle drive port for my hard drive. I wanted the stability for that hard drive. I didn't want to have to worry about the drive failing because it's dangling in there and it's not secure. So I went ahead and did that. For all of you who are hanging out with me right now, I appreciate you being here. You stuck it out to this point. Whether you started from the power supply install or the graphics card install, or you were there from the very beginning, I appreciate you. And if you like what you've been seeing, if you've been enjoying this content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you want to see more videos, once again, if you haven't already, ring that bell for notifications, and you'll see more in the future. So right here, I decided to test out the system. Before I got it all cable managed and looking semi pretty, I decided to test out the boot up, and everything was going pretty smooth. It was smooth, but I didn't know it was smooth. The fans were on, they were cutting on and off, and I had a solid green post light on the motherboard. So here's what you need to know. You need to let your motherboard post 3 times. It's going to turn on and off 3 times so it can try to find that graphics card. So let it do that, and then it'll boot right up. But don't be like me. I panicked and I started playing with the pinout on that 24 to 6 pin adapter. I read so much about it going wrong, I just figured that was it. It's not booting up. That thing is gone wrong. But the original configuration did work on that 24 to 6 pin adapter. Now, I did get a F1 for the USB ports. You remember I had to sacrifice my USB ports in the beginning or during the graphics card installation. I got a F1 prompt for that. I did not get one for the fans because the pinout was correct for it. I shorted out the proper 2 pins in order to get the boot code not to happen for the fans. So just remember that if you're trying to upgrade your system with this graphics card, or if you're using that 24 to 6 pin adapter, that COM EAP. Let's finish out the rest of the video. Once again, if you're enjoying all this, please subscribe. Go ahead and ring that bell, and we're going to bring you a lot more content. And leave comments if you have any questions or suggestions, and we'll be happy to try anything out that you suggest. Let's continue. So here we are. We have our power supply installed here. We got our 2 screws that we drilled the 2 holes for right here. Here's one caveat. The case actually has to overlap those screws. When you try to put the case down, it's gonna run into those screws and it won't be able to close. But this is a pretty flexible piece, and you can get over it just by bending it up a little bit. Or if you want to, you can just drill a little notch out of there. That works too. But I don't feel like doing all that. But any case, the power supply is in there. It's nice and secure. I've used this desktop already for work, and I've already done some editing on it, and it's awesome. Here's my new inputs from my graphics card down here. That is fantastic. So let's look inside and see what we did. All right, the unveiling. And here we are. As you can see, I've done a little bit of cable management, so it doesn't look so ugly. It doesn't look that bad. Not bad. Everything was everywhere, so I use Velcro strips to tie things down. You see, I got Velcro strips here, I have Velcro strip there, and I use the COM EAP Velcro strip as well to hold things down. Of course, we got our power supply over here. You can't even see the adapter, but there's the pinout. Let me get a closer look at that for you. This is the functioning pinout that I used in order to get my motherboard to boot up. As you can see, there's I got the short going there. I probably need to change that over if I want the F1 to stop. I need to move this pin to that empty pin, but I'm not really worried about that. I don't care about pressing F1. I have no issue with that. Not annoyed by it at all. Of course, we have our new graphics card in there. It's a beast. I did have to sacrifice my front USB ports. I had to sacrifice them, but like I said, I don't use them anyway, so it's not really a sacrifice now, is it? Yep. I did not have to sacrifice my DVD drive like I thought I did, but I sacrificed it anyway because I don't use it. Everything I do is through USB anyway, and I can use my monitors for that. So yeah, it turned out well. I did some benchmarking, and oh my goodness, wait till you see the difference the day made. Yep. All right, let's see some benchmarks, and if you want to see any more video of this build, comment below. Let me know. I will be watching the comments. Answer any questions you might have for specifics, because I know that the small form factors are all over YouTube, but there's hardly anyone with the Midtower form factor that has any info. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer. I guess I should mention that my day job is a computer engineer. So I know a little something. At least I think I do. But that's it. Once again, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If this video was at all informative to you, hit that like button and subscribe. And I have a lot more content to come. Have a good day, or night, or time.